Limit in the soft bookies. This is a problem that we have faced often, as well as many professional gamblers, and in this video we will answer to all of your questions. First, don't forget to subscribe, press the bell button and get notifications about every video we upload. Share it with friends who are interested in betting and see more about our services at bettinum.com. Now, I want to tell you that there is no such thing as full avoiding for limit. If you place value bets, sooner or later you will get the limit. The goal is to make it as later as possible and to win as much money as possible. What is a limited restricted account? Simply put, a limited account means that your betting account is restricted. Not the access to the site, but to some of its features. This way you won't be able to use the service that the bookmaker offers normally. It is important to know that Bet365 and most soft bookies don't remove account limits and they remain forever. If they do it, it's for a short time and you should complain a lot before that, but then again they give you the limit if you continue to do what you did before. What types of limits are set? The most common limit is for a maximum bet. It limits the amount that the player can bet. For example, if in principle you can bet like a few hundred euros on one slip, after the limit you will be able to bet maximum of 30 or even 15 euros or even less, depending on many things. The amount is always different. These restrictions can be complete in all markets and at all sporting events, or particularly, for example, if you play and win only from tennis, to limit your bets only on the tennis section. However, the account can be used for casinos, poker, virtual sports or watching a live event. If you systematically make money from bets, expect this restriction because European bookmakers do not tolerate winners. You don't bring big profit and you even take their money, so you don't bet. As simple as that. If you are imposed to this limit, there is no way to return to the big bets, but at least you can withdraw your money from the account. Limited time to place a live bet is another type of restriction. Here the system limits the time for placing the bet amount. Normally it is up to 5 seconds, and when you have this limit, it jumps to over 20 seconds. This happens to you when you often take advantage of delays in the system when updating live odds. Eliminating the cash out option is another limit. You cannot close your bets. Again, it applies to customers who take advantage of errors in the system. For example, you close a bet before the system reflects the outcome of the meeting. Why and when do Bet365 and other bookmakers limit accounts? Do you want the truth? Because you win. In a normal world, when you lose, it's for you, and when you win, also for you. Yes, but no. When you lose, there is no anger. As we wrote, you give them the profit. But when you win, in the end, you are out of it. They don't want to lose, especially if the profits are large. This is a regular practice for bookmakers and shows that you have entered the zone of the team who looks for possible frauds. Whether your success is due to good preparation or pure luck, it is almost certain that your access to certain bets will be stopped or at least limited. It's not only for the bookies. In the casinos it's the same. It is strictly individual depending on the way everyone plays and what amount they will be limited, but from our point of view we judge that on accounts on level 1 or 2 in Bet365 we will not allow more than 10,000 euros profit. Years ago the limits were much higher, but now it's not like that. Many people say that they will limit your account if you bet on low leagues, but this is not completely true. It can speed up the chance of a limit, but from the experience we have, we notice that they limit an account if it is profitable, but mostly if you bet on value bets. That's the main thing, because you can bet on third division women in Spain, for example, but if you lose or you don't bet value bets, it doesn't matter, so there is no reason to get the limit. Other options for restriction are account verification. If you do not send the necessary documents by a certain date, your account may be limited or blocked. Possessing more than one registration, it's forbidden. You try to be smarty pants with the bonuses, get the ban. This happens when you deliberately try to make advantage of bonuses for a secure profit or a gain from one address, another family member, and so on. Illegal strategies from which you adhere to secure profit, such as arbitrage bets. If you always catch the highest odds, for example in Betfair exchanges and the Pinnacle, the odds for a market fall, but in Bet365 it stays high and you play it there. Betting on sporting events for which the bookmakers specialists believe that there is a possibility of a manipulation. 4 years ago they limited my Bet365 account for this reason, quite unexpectedly for me, without even spending that I bet on dubious matches. A number of large scale or daily withdrawals from the accounts is also not good from the point of the bookmakers. This arouses suspicion, and accept that there is something suspicious, they will limit you. An absurd statement from the bookmakers terms states that players must bet at random, as does the casino gaming generator. If they suspect that you are not betting in this way, you face a limit. Tips for delaying limits. Use e-wallets to deposit funds such as Skrill, but only if the account is yours. Do not violate the rules for bonuses. Round off the amounts of your bets so they look random. If you bet exactly 29 and 54 cents, for example, there will be a doubt about some strategy for arbitrage, for example. Don't always bet on the best odds. Bet on matches from bigger leagues, not just low leagues. If you bet large amounts, split your bets on several bookmakers. Don't withdraw so many times, do it if only you get the limit. And the top advice, especially for more advanced and those who play with larger amounts, make your account a loser. Now you think, what is this nonsense? No, that's exactly what I mean. Lose at Bet365 and cover your bet at Betfair, for example. Let's say you bet on over 2.5 in Bet365 and in Betfair exchange where they do not limit, under 2.5. Even if you have a minimal loss from the odds margins, keep in mind that if you bet up to €50 on bets, including those in high turnover leagues, such as the Premier League, for example, not only low leagues and winning, of course, will limit you at a larger stage. Limited alternatives. There are two types of betting sites, Asian and European bookmakers. Europeans are like Bet365, 1xBet, bwin, and everyone else limit your account if you win regularly. Asian companies like Pinnacle, Zbobet and others, or agents like Bet, IBC, Bet in Asia, are known for not limiting anybody no matter how much you win, but the problem is that there is much more difficult to beat them. The best alternatives, first of all, depending on your background, you can distribute your money in 3 or 4 licensed bookies in your country. In Bulgaria, for example, there are WinBet, Bet365, Betano, FBet, bwin, PounceBet and so on. And each bet you should play in a different way, so you can win a little in each of them and slow down the limit. Another alternative is to make an account for a friend who does not bet. It is important that the name and the surname are not the same. Address of resistance, bank details and IP addresses of registration, even of betting. Better use VPN or just a different IP address. And our best alternative, Pinnacle, a unique bookmaker that does not limit and often has the highest odds. We say it from our experience. Registration is fast, verification is a bit slower. You have to take an ID card, a document confirming your address and your payment card front and the back signed, and you are ready. You can also make registrations to a broker like Bet in Asia or Sportsmark, where you can bet on several Asian houses. We have a subscription in which we bet only in Asian bookies and give tips for them. The profit is smaller, but in the long term it's pretty good. What is the future of this? Only through a state of legitimation can they start accepting winning players. At the moment, nothing stops them from removing us. The only alternative is to bet from different accounts, and that's it. More information we can give you if you write to us. A bonus tip and one piece of advice. If you are a user who does not earn money from bets, you can view our statistics and all of our slips. If you like what you see, we suggest you to subscribe. Of course, we have a money guarantee, so if you are not satisfied, we will return it to you within a few days. If you do not choose us, we advise you not to look for them on Facebook or Telegram, but on sites with verified statistics, because otherwise you will lose your money in the long run.